we have four non-negative integers a, b, c, and d, such that their sum is equal to exactly 4, and we want to find the maximum of the square root of 20a plus 5, plus the square root of 20b plus 5, plus the square root of 20c plus 5, plus the square root of 20d plus 5. And so it is possible to solve this through algebraic manipulation, but there's actually a much quicker way to solve this, and that's through noticing how there's a very clear symmetry in both of these, in this equation and this expression right over here. Looking at this equation, a plus b plus c plus d equals 4, we can see that if we swap these variables around, so instead of the b and c being over here, it's a plus c plus b plus d, it's still going to equal 4. So that means these variables are interchangeable pretty much. And with this expression over here, we can see that if we take each variable over here, a, b, c, and d, and replace it with x, we see that it's the same term getting added to each other 4 times. So then, since we see that there's a symmetry over here and here, we can actually state that it might be plausible that the answer to this question is just taking this value 4 and dividing it among a, b, c, and d equally. So that means a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, c equals to 1, and d equals 1. So that's one way in which this could be the answer. And another way this could be the answer is giving all of this 4 amount to just one variable. So let's just give all this amount to a. So a is equal to 4, and then b, c, and d are all equal to 0. So then we have 2 options. So for option 1, again, a equals b equals c equals d equals 1. And then for option 2, we have a equals to 4, and b equals c equals d equals 0. So let's just start with option 1. If a equals b equals c equals d equals 1, then let's just plug that in. So you get the square root of 20 times 1 plus 5, pretty much 4 times. So that's 20 plus 5, so that's the square root of 25 plus the square root of 25 plus the square root of 25 plus the square root of 25. And then when you add that together, that's just 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, and that is equal to 20. And so that's one possible answer. It's either going to be option 1 or option 2. So let's just look at option 2. If it's less than option 1, then 20 is our maximum value. If it's more than option 1, then that value will be our maximum value. So with a equaling 4, that's the square root of 20 times 4 plus 5. So that's the square root of 85 plus the square root of, well, if b, c, and d are all 0, so then that's just the square root of 5 plus the square root of 5 plus the square root of 5. That's around 3 times the square root of 5. So this could also be the answer. Well, let's approximate some values. The square root of 85 is around 9.2, give or take. The square root of 5 is around 2.2, and then times 3, that's around 6.6. 9.2 plus 6.6 is equal to around 15.8. And so as you can see, this is clearly less than 20, and so 20 is our answer to this. And as you can see, through some obvious symmetry, we could answer this question pretty easily.